Yeah, so I'm originally from Rochester area, a small town called Fairport, New York. And yeah, so I grew up listening to more just classic rock music. But my first saxophone influence was actually my band teacher, Bill Tiberio. He was the high school band, concert band and jazz band teacher. And I first heard him when I was in about like 8th grade, middle school. And I was already playing saxophone at that point, but I had never played anything jazz related. And I heard his band. He had this great like kind of smooth jazz fusion kind of band. And I was like, wow, that's awesome. Like, I want to play like that. I don't know if I had decided to be a professional musician yet at that point or not, but I started to kind of play in that style, you know, without really thinking about it. Just that was my main influence. Regrettably, no. My mom used to tell me, oh, Gat Mangione, he played like every Friday at this venue that was like close to my house, you know, and I never went. So, regrettably, no. Well, just my teachers, you know, so Bill Tiberio and then my other teacher, Doug Stone, who's a great tenor player from Chicago area. And yeah, man, I mean, I wasn't really on the scene, you know, like, so I was just in school and just doing school stuff, you know. I did Eastman Youth Jazz Orchestra, you know, so I was influenced by those teachers. But yeah. Oh man, well, that was a very fortuitous occurrence for me. So I just posted a question to Facebook. You know, I was going to put the album out myself, and I was asking a question to the ether about, you know, how download licenses and, you know, streaming royalties and things like that. And G-Clef hit me up, you know, and he said, give me a call. So I did, and then that was very fortunate for me. I think Kyle Kalina connected us. My friend Kyle Kalina, the bass player, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So I had recorded this back in May 2025, and I was just pretty much just recording it for fun. I had a gig and I recorded it. And, you know, a few months later I go back and I'm like, oh, actually, you know, I kind of like the way this came out. So I was, you know, I'm like a wannabe audio engineer, so I'm like working on mixing it. And I had someone master it. And then, but then I got connected with G-Clef. And he said, you know, it sounds good, but let me see what I can do with it. So it was great, man. He actually, you know, he used AI to stem separate or to remove bleed from each of the individual microphones. And it went from like a decent live recording to like, it sounds like it was in a studio, you know. Yeah, well, my teachers from William Patterson were like, you know, Vincent Herring was my teacher, and Rich Perry, so two great New York, you know, saxophone players. I studied briefly with Mulgrew Miller. Well, maybe not so much studied with him. I was in an ensemble with him. He was very influential on me. I knew him for about a year. And then I also had an ensemble with the great Harold Mayburn. And so those guys were they're just like influential people, you know. You just think about not only the way that they play, but the way that they act, you know, the way that they treat other people, the way that they talk. And so that was inspiring to me. I have fortunately gotten connected with Billy Hart as of late, you know, so just kind of hanging out with him, stuff. So I'll drive him to his gig, and you know, on the way I get to talk to him about music and just life, everything. Every once in a while, he might say, you know, this is a song you should think about learning. You know, maybe you should think about learning this song. And I realized like I had a little list at that point of songs that he had recommended. So I said, oh, I should do a gig where we do a little tribute to Billy Hart, you know, songs that he wrote, or songs that he said you should try playing this, or just, you know, songs that he has played throughout his career. And then that was a way to connect with him on a little bit deeper level, you know, when I showed him recordings of me playing his songs, and then that helped us to kind of become a little bit closer. Yeah, well, I grew up listening to like classic rock music, so I mean that was kind of my formative, you know, musical experiences. But yeah, so my influences as far as this music is concerned, my favorite saxophone players are Charlie Parker and John Coltrane, which is kind of an easy answer, but I think they're the best. I love Dexter Gordon. I love Billy Harper. I love Clifford Jordan. I love Gene Ammons, Stanley Turrentine. I love Harold Vick. It was originally supposed to be a trio gig, you know, so with me and Mark Johnson on drums and Earl Sauls on bass. And so I got there early, I set up all my microphones, you know, we played the first set, it went well, it was fun, and then right when the first set ended, I look up and my friend Oscar Williams is sitting at the bar, you know, great piano player, and someone who I've been playing with for, you know, over 10 years at this point. So, you know, of course I was happy to see him. Oh, great to see you, do you want to play? And he said, yeah, sure, you know. I told him we're recording, are you know, you're down to record? Sure, so I set up my couple extra microphones for the piano, and then, yeah, so the second set, most of the album is from the second set, and yeah, I mean, I'm just proud of the whole thing, you know, the whole way it went down. The four of us we had never played together before that night, so I wanted to call songs that everybody was going to be very familiar with and comfortable with, so, you know, if you look at the record, they're all pretty standards. But I felt like the way that it came out, you know, it was pretty, I felt each song was pretty strong, like a, you know, kind of a unique maybe vibe, and you know, yeah, it felt like an album, like it just came out, the way the music came out, just felt like a complete musical statement. And yeah, I mean, those are some of my favorite guys to play with, so it was just a great experience. Oh, well, okay, I got a lot of ideas. So, first of all, I write a lot of music. So, hopefully in the near future, you know, I'll be recording and releasing, you know, my compositions. You know, I have quartet, you know, I have stuff that I've written for sextet. And yeah, I wanted to do an album of standards first, just because, I mean, for me, when I'm checking out someone new who I don't know, I gravitate towards a song that I know and I can hear them express themselves on something that I'm familiar with as a listener. So I wanted to do that first, you know, put out an album of standards. But yeah, so I have a lot coming up. I have a lot going on, you know, or a lot that will be going on, hopefully. Well, shout out to my parents and my brothers. You know, I have a great, very supportive family, and all my, you know, aunts, uncles, family, friends. You know, yeah. So it's just a great. I come from a very supportive family, and very appreciative of all of them. Well, I mean, I guess I would like to shout out the guys on the record. You know, Mark Johnson on drums. You know, I've been playing with him for probably about 10 years at this point. I've just learned a lot from him, just hanging out with him and playing with him, and like just his approach to playing music, you know, and also writing music. He's a great writer, and I mean, he has albums of original music. He has a book called Tablets to Drums, you know, so he's like a very unique drummer, and yeah, so definitely shout out to Mark. Shout out to Oscar. I've been playing with him for over 10 years, and you know, he's someone I've learned a lot from too. You know, I got to college and he was like 10 years older than me. He was kind of still in the area. And so a lot of musical lessons, you know, from him, just hanging out with him and playing with him. He's definitely someone who inspired me a lot to like get better, you know, like, and grow as a musician. And shout out to Earl. Earl's the man. I love playing with Earl. You know, when you play with a great bass player, I just feel like it makes all of a sudden my ideas sound like they work a lot better. You know, and so Earl just makes everything sound good harmonically and feel good rhythmically. And yeah, so thank you to you guys.